Or the same, and a lot of that in the face-offs.
Absolutely. It's all going to start at the face-off X. You're looking at Mike Sisselberger versus Conor Calderone. Completely different styles. Sisselberger is a big guy, strong, fast, and if you give him an inch, he'll take it to the house. Look how strong and quick he is. Former wrestler, and in this particular case, you'll see that he does a quick plunge, gets it out to himself, and then he'll take things all the way to the house. So the defense is going to have to pick him up early, or else he'll score. Other couple of things we're going to...
The face-off matchup with Sisselberger and Calderone. You look at the face-off matchup as a team, Mountain Hawks with here in 2022. We talked in the open here, Ron, about the face-off matchup with Sisselberger and Calderone. You look at the face-off matchup as a team, Mountain Hawks with the best face-off win percentage in the country. Terriers not too bad either, but Lehigh certainly a major advantage in that department.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, there are two different styles here. I mean, you're looking at Sisselberger. I mean, his strengths are that he's really heavy-handed on the clamp. He likes to spin and plunge, and Calderone is just going to try to goose it out early to get possession for BU.
When we talk about the physical nature, the ball's on the ground. It has been virtually this entire stretch. Lehigh able to come up with it here and finally scooped up a turnover here in the early going here for the Terriers. Able to pick it up, and the ball gets thrown on the turf again. And we talked about it, Ron. This game was going to be physical. You expected a game that whoever gets to 10, if anyone gets to 10, would be the team that wins it.
Yeah, it's kind of
overtime and sent it to that extra period before BU able to score the game winner. It's the third goal of the season there.
Guys just know each other like the back of their hands. And it's always nice, it's always comforting when you've been playing with guys for a real long time and you can just depend on where they're going to be, right place at the right time.
And Sisselberger, you can see how important he is winning the face-off and bringing it into the attacking zone here for Lehigh as they try to go ahead here in this first quarter.
It's essentially a make it.
It's on these guys to put the goals in.
Yeah, and Timmy Lay is the guy that Coach was telling us a lot about. Just loves the way he leads the team. One of those guys you can count on day in and day out. And when you're a coach,
second goal today is 38th of the season. And boy, what a setup there from Tommy Bork as well, who picks up the assist.
You just see the strength and the speed and the power of Sisselberger. I mean, this is a guy who can who can squat 600 pounds. He will be the first face-off man taken off the board. And
game with a goal for the Terriers. And with the setup there for Bork was Jake Cates. Cates picking up assist number 9 of the year. Shot clock not there. Jamison Gray Coughlin.
Vinny, don't blink. Next thing you know, they're going to be asking for the car keys. I know that because that just happened this week for me, so it goes by quick. Enjoy it, though.
How much is your hand shaking on delivering those car keys?
With the daughter, my hand doesn't shake too much.
Of the season, just a tremendous player on this attack line for BU. Timmy Lay with 9 goals remaining.
He can plunge and pop and maybe get some offense generated quickly.
Sidorsky picking up his 6th goal of the season.
Calderone with the push. So Lehigh will get a make it, take it.
Picking up his 2nd goal of the season. And the Terriers now up 6-2, responding after Lehigh scored the final goal of the first half.
Sisselberger is just a truck. I mean, he's got 3 guys on him. And it was like, shoot, fly, you don't bother me. Able to find the open guys.
How much does that wrestling background benefit Sisselberger on
himself the opportunity just to get that quick shot off? And then, again, you go back to the face-off X. We were talking a little bit about Sisselberger against O'Connor. You start thinking about this matchup and about these 2 guys. And again, what makes Sisselberger so great, what's going to make him the #1 draft pick in the PLL is just his size and his speed.
Here's the long stick man looking for a shot from, and led the Terriers last year with 35 assists. He's got 35 again this year. And the Terriers now up 7-3. And ball is loose and ends up into the stick of Garber. But if you're Ryan Pauley, Ron, as we get this ball loose and looks like not look to a ton to shoulder the scoring load, but he's finding some opportunities in this one as Lehigh has struggled offensively.
Hey, when you're the captain and you're a great leader, that's the kind of stuff that you got to do. Your team needs you to step up and make those types of plays. And again, you need Calderone just to hold his own. And he does. Well done. That's a big face-off win by Calderone.
Here come the Terriers on the attack.
Feel like something's cooking. You feel like something's happening, and then BU just comes back, and they're able to get that next goal. And it just seems like this 3-goal margin is sort of this nut that Lehigh has to crack somehow, some way. That you'll notice that the feeders were all looking the opposite way when they threw it backdoor.
34th goal of the season there for Timmy Lay.
A little make it, take it for Boston University.
Lehigh allowed fewer than 10 goals in each of their last 3 games. BU just 1 away from crossing the double-digit plateau. And you were telling me before the game here, Ron, that you said the first team to 10 is probably
covered something.
4th goal of the season for Armstrong, as once again Sisselberger asserting his dominance in the face-offs. Make it, take it situation here for Lehigh. Sisselberger scored a goal in the last couple of games, looking like he was making a move towards
right around 50%. That's going to be a tough save from up top.
4 goals now in the season for Cates.
I'll tell you, there's something that I really like about this BU team. I like the fact that they are not satisfied with success. They are looking just to take it. They are
empowerment and resilience. And you know, Coach Pauley was talking about Ben, and he's been making videos for the guys, just trying to give them some inspiration. And what a nice thing that BU does with Team Impact.
Very meaningful program. Or if you can get your guy hung up from behind the crease, the guy up top has been open for Lehigh.
It's a big goal there for the Mountain Hawks. You know, Coach Kevin Cassis.
Calderone getting a huge face-off win.
And Boston University gets that lead back up to 4. Six points.
There's no need to panic right now. You have the best face-off guy in the country.
2 goals today for Cole. And as the Mountain Hawks get it to within 3, the physicality in the middle of the field, but BU responding, physicality of their own. But back come the Mountain Hawks. Trying to get it back to Cole, had trouble after the bounce. Goes to retrieve it on the near sideline. And really involved in what they've been doing offensively. And once again, physical on the face-off there is Sisselberger. Kind of with a frustration bump after the ball got loose, but it'll be a face-off win here for Lehigh. Officials give the Mountain Hawks possession here. Ball's loose. Terriers respond, and they've got it. Loose again on the ground ball in the midfield. Lehigh had to grab it. Now it's looking like the first 3 minutes of this game here in terms of physicality.
Ball on the ground an awful lot.
And you've said it from the very beginning that this game was going to come down to the very end no matter what. And this is where we're at. Both teams knew it too. That's the reason they've had it circled in red. Both teams have.
Tried to mount a run. BU has been right there to answer back.
with another big goal. They've done some of these little things really well. You know, they have been able to neutralize the face-off. You know, every single time that you start thinking that Sisselberger is going to maybe go on a run, there's Calderone just able to neutralize him, able to just stop those runs, stop the make it, take it.
Well, here comes Lehigh after the turnover, looking for a goal in transition. Look at the face-off matchup here, as we talked about Sisselberger, the best in the country, but how about BU able to do what they've done to try to neutralize Sisselberger at least a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, kind of cue the Rocky music, you know, right? I mean, it's like David versus Goliath, big guy versus small guy. And, you know, Sisselberger definitely, you know, showed why he is going to be probably the #1 face-off guy drafted in the Professional Lacrosse League here in a couple of handful of weeks or so. But, you know, to his credit, Conor Calderone really was able to hold his own and then some, because I thought he won some of the more impactful, the need to win face-offs.
Look at your keys to the game again. Lehigh winning 15 of the 25 face-offs in this game, and they needed to stay penalty-free. Well, Lehigh with 4 penalties in the game, and BU able to get 4 goals on the man up. So it did not work the way Lehigh wanted.
It didn't work, and you know, it actually worked out really well for BU, because we said no easy face-offs, and you know what? They did exactly that. They did not make things easy for Sisselberger today.
Let's revisit the Patriot League standings. This is his
career.
"13 seasons overall as a head coach. Started this program again 10 years ago. And he spoke with us about the challenges of kind of getting the program where it needs to be. He knew they would always have the ability to get players because of the type of school BU.
So, you know, you start forward focusing, right? You know, in this last 30 seconds of the game. And if you're BU, you start thinking about Army, obviously. You're like, okay, let's enjoy this for a little bit, but Army's coming up on tap. If you're Coach Cassis, you're saying, okay, this didn't work out, but guess what? Midfield, Sisselberger and Calderone just gave each other, you know, knuckle bumps, kind of a high five, had just a moment together. You know, they've been battling it out all day long. They're both probably exhausted from what they've gone through, but I really appreciated just that sportsmanship right there, just to recognize, you know, game knows game.
No doubt. And there's a very distinct opportunity these two teams